What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Deville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei Zhang tells heavyweight rival to get in line. You turned me down before. Zhilei Zhang had this to say. He said, when I had no fights, you turned me down. And he is referring to the British challenger, Chisora. And let me counterpunch. I notice a lot of fighters, they get bitter when they want to fight. They're calling out all these guys, all these top fighters, these well-known heavyweight challengers, champions, whatever. They won't give them a shot. And in this case, Zhilei Zhang hit pay dirt. He took on the juggernaut, took out the juggernaut, and now everyone is calling him out. Now, I'll say this about Chisora. Chisora is a guy that's willing to fight anybody. You got to give him that. So he has that same spirit as Joe Joyce. You win some, you lose some, but he keeps fighting. And he's 2 years younger than Zhilei Zhang. But Zhilei Zhang is now saying, you know what? When I had no fights, you turned me down. So I say this. I don't really blame Zhilei Zhang, but it's kind of redundant when these fighters, they're overlooked. They want to fight. They can't get a fight. And then, therefore, they hold grudges. They hold these grudges to these particular fighters. And then when they get to a certain position, they're like, oh, well, hey, when I wanted to fight you, you didn't want to fight me. So, haha, I won't give you a fight. I feel that's the wrong attitude. I think, if anything, I think Zhilei Zhang should then acknowledge where he's at. I think if these fights are available, I think he should take these fights. You don't get to a certain position and then, oh, I don't want to fight you because you didn't want to fight me. You know, if anything, people are afraid to fight Zhilei Zhang. You hear Eddie Hearn say, oh, Joshua would fight him. Well, let's see if it happens, right? And a lot of fighters turned down Zhilei Zhang. So did Filip Hrgovic. And they both did the same thing. Filip did the same thing when he beat Zhilei Zhang. When he became the IBF, then he says, you know what? He did that to Babik, right? He told Babik, oh, well, you know what? I won't fight you. You're not on my level, blah, 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 just because you get to a certain position. I think that's the wrong attitude. I think, if anything, Zhilei Zhang should know, hey, I'm on top right now. I'm in a good position. I'm the WBO interim heavyweight champion, and these guys now want to fight me, and I've earned my ticket, you know? And I think, if anything, Zhilei Zhang is a guy that he wants to fight for the championship, and I think that would be a perfect fight for him, you know, because I see him beating Chisora. I see Chisora too much, been through too many wars, and I see him beating him. But to have that snobbish attitude, nah, you know, because this is what happens. Karma, okay? What happens when someone else does that to Zhilei Zhang? You get what you give. If you don't want guys like Tyson Fury or Joseph Parker or, you know, these guys, if you want these guys to fight you, you got to take on these other fighters when these guys call you out. You got to show that you're a challenger. And that's a good fight for him. It's a low-risk fight. It's really not, you know, Chisora can punch, but that's about it. He's about a 4 or 5 round fighter. And I think Zhilei Zhang should understand that, hey, this guy's calling you out. And to have that opportunity just because you can do something, don't mean you necessarily should. I think he should take the fight with Chisora just for voluntary. Why not? But you guys tell me what you think of Zhilei Zhang telling Chisora, I'm not fighting you because you once turned me down. How you like me now? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch.